All right, happy Monday, everyone.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah,
How's it going?
it's going. My voice is hanging by a thread here. Obviously, for those of you that were with us Saturday morning, we were tentatively planning on a Saturday evening live stream with the USA Paraguay match. My voice took a turn for the worse, as I was hopeful it wouldn't, but here we are. Still not 100%. I feel fine. I just have no voice and can barely talk, which for my wife has been a blessing. But yeah, how are you guys doing? How was the weekend for you?
It was good. It's good.
It was a busy weekend, dealing with the unexpected. We had a bunch of different things at the brewery, so it was a very eventful weekend, but a lot of fun. So, ready for Monday. Watching a lot of games, though. Those games are kind of interesting.
Why? Sorry to interrupt you, Diego. Why do we have an ad coming up?
No image. No, well, we can't see us. I can't see us on the...
No. I just ran 3 minutes of ads to get rid of ads for a while.
But it looks like we have an ad every 15
minutes.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, that is crazy.
All right, well, anyway, we'll roll through it as we go. Nas, how was the weekend for you?
It was good. It was good. Sadie turned 15. So
yes.
Congrats.
It's only downhill from there.
This is peak. No, 15 is actually the bottom. It's only up from there, to be honest with you.
You keep saying that, but...
Hey, listen, mine is 18 and she's getting better. She at least talks to me now.
There you go. This week, anyway. So, excuse me, international break. We thought there wasn't going to be a ton to talk about, and wouldn't you know it, we have mountains and mountains of things to talk about. Surprisingly, in fact. So let's head right into our quasi week abroad. We had some World Cup qualifiers in Europe that were extremely interesting. Let me lower this music a little bit. We had some great...
That was a hell of a match.
Some great European qualifiers. I want to start with the match in Hungary. Hungary was up 2-0. No, I'm sorry, 1-0 and 2-1 over the Republic of Ireland.
Yep.
Only for a Troy Parrott hat trick. Goals in the 15th, 80th.
It was incredible.
And 96th
This was
minute
a man possessed
to give Ireland the victory and push them into the playoff in Europe. So,
did you watch the game?
I did. The
glass Hail Mary goal at the best NFL style last second.
Yeah, the long ball up. It was magic. Great to see. Obviously, obviously here in New York, we have a huge amount of Irish and Irish Americans. So I still remember, the 94 World Cup with the Irish national team and, everything that went along with that. And the social media, I've seen videos from Dublin Airport of the bars going nuts.
It was an incredible sight.
I've seen, the social media accounts for the Dublin airport where they're just it's incredible. And this is what we talk about with the World Cup and sometimes Olympics and stuff like that, where it will bring a nation together. Obviously not the extent of like Ivory Coast making the World Cup and pausing a civil war, but still these are the kinds of stories that
actually it is kind of on that level, because Ireland had its own personal things, country wise, and this is when all stops. When moments like this happen, and this is the beauty of soccer being a universal name, that it just plays to all of our hearts, dude. Like, whatever is happening in Ireland right now, everybody's friends. Everybody ended up at a pub. Everybody ended up celebrating together. No matter what.
I mean, it's
you
great.
Technically do stop wars with this beautiful sport of us.
So I mean, it was a match that was, I wouldn't say dominated, but controlled by Hungary. Obviously, excuse me, fans of the Premier League will know that, and fans of Liverpool will know that Milos Kerkez and Dominik Szoboszlai both play for the Hungarian national team. And, they were strong early, but the resolve of the Republic of Ireland just pushed through and gave them the victory. And it was...
determination. That's
without a doubt. There was no stopping Troy Parrott.
Was refusing to lose. And again, 11 men, but there is always one link. And if that guy can put the team on his back, it doesn't matter who's playing or who's playing against. He's going to be able to do it. And
for sure.
That's what he did.
All right, moving elsewhere in Europe, we have in Italy, we had Italy go up early 1-0. They did need to win, I believe, by 9 goals for to gain qualification and advance through winning the group. But here we are. Italy turned around, Norway turned around after that first goal and scored 4 unanswered, including 2 in 2 minutes from Erling Haaland.
Yep.
And Norway complete an undefeated campaign within European qualifiers, which is absolutely incredible.
1998 was the last time.
Their last World Cup, yes.
1998 was the last time they went out. So it's going to be a great experience. And again, the power of one man. This is not determination. This is just pure domination.
Yeah, I mean, you have they have a maybe unsung, but they do have a good supporting cast. They have a lot of good up and coming players. Obviously, Martin Odegaard, who's been on and off injured throughout the campaign, is a certain factor, both now and for the World Cup. And then let's go back to Italy. Gennaro Gattuso took a team that did, still doesn't, but has not looked great. They've missed the last 2 World Cups.
Yep.
They go with 6 wins and 2 losses, both those losses to Norway in qualifying. And he really pointed out, this is Gattuso, really pointed out the in my mind, lunacy of how the qualification works in certain confederations. He pointed to Brazil. Brazil won 8 of their 18 matches in qualifying.
Yeah.
And they're in the World Cup.
Yeah.
Paraguay won 7. Colombia won 7. Uruguay won 7 of their 18 matches. Now, I completely understand South American qualification is a whole different beast. But when you win 75% of your qualifying matches in a group scenario, and you don't automatically qualify, doesn't that sound a little bit off to you?
It only sounds off because you're not in the other side of the coin.
The other issue, the biggest issue is the amount of countries in Europe, right? I mean, but it doesn't fall on them. It falls on whoever created the way of playoffs going into this, right? Because you have essentially 4 team brackets, 8 team brackets. I don't know.
I think they have 8 groups. I want to say I'd have to look at it.
Meanwhile, South America has
one large table, which I love, but obviously any other confederation cannot do that.
Correct.
But that is the reality of it. I mean, Italy should have won. You face a group where an unseen team actually won all their games, so that throws off the math. It's not the necessity of the lunacy of the thing. I mean, the groups are the groups.
I think his issue is not with the way the qualification. Oh, I shouldn't say the way qualification works. It's his issue, seemingly right, wrong, or indifferent, is that 6 and potentially 7 out of the 10 countries in South America qualify for the World Cup.
Correct. But again, it falls on how this whole playoff to get into the World Cup is. It's slated to regional, and
which is fine. It's the weight of South America. He feels, and he's not alone in this, feels it's unjust that.
So the way it works is the lead of the group qualifies automatically.
Correct.
And
the
then,
rest go into playoffs. I shouldn't say the rest. The second place teams all go into a playoff.
And how many teams go out of that playoff?
I believe there are 16. So there's 8 or 12 from the second place finishers, and then the 4 remaining throughout, Nations League, and they use the coefficients, and there's a lot of weird math.
So at the end of the day, out of the teams that should be going, because this is to give a chance to smaller teams to be able to compete in a maybe more efficient way and have the chance to win 3 games and go through. Let's say that is the idea, because teams like Italy, teams like Germany and France, they should dominate their teams. They should go through like they always go anyways. So it's the same concept of the first 4 teams of South America: Brazil, Argentina, Uruguay. They are just going to go through because that is just the way it is developed. They are the better teams when it comes to history and standards and everything. They're going to go through. That leaves 7 teams to fight for. Used to be 3 spaces.
Yeah.
It's not, the World Cup got bigger. They expanded the teams. They gave them 1 more spot. So it's 7. But so that brings it down to 50%, which is basically the same chance that the second place teams get. So you, as the bigger team, you have technically the guarantee of having been one of those 12 that lead the group. You happen to lose it. In Gattuso's in Italy's, and I'm not blaming Gattuso.
Right.
In Italy's specific spot, the system worked. Norway, that hasn't been able to go directly in so many years, has a great team, like you said, has a dominant player with a great support cast that is going to do things. They are the only team that beat them twice.
Right. And for the record, the same way I talk, Naz and I have this debate about the MLS and how all that works.
Yeah.
Everyone knew that this was how it was going to work.
Yeah.
After the 2022 World Cup, this is how qualification was going to go. It's not like it's not like 2 days before the game. They told Gattuso and the Italian national team, "Hey, just so you know, if you don't win this game by 10 goals, you're not going to automatically qualify." So there is that,
and that's the thing is it does lead to some teams getting the shorter end of the stick.
And that's going to happen any World Cup.
But that's the real thing should have been why Italy only, or they couldn't win all 4 of their matches. Why didn't they beat Norway twice?
I think it should be more of why are there only 4-team groups in Europe?
Yeah.
Why can't it be a 10-team group?
Yeah, just break it out in groups of 10 and play a tournament and top 3 go. The thing is, at the end of the day, 75% of them are kind of going to go through at the end of the day. The smaller teams are going to be at the way they're going to get weeded out as we go along, So I don't see why Gattuso doesn't just focus on, hey, we're going to the playoffs like there have been.
Yeah, and I'm sure from here going forward now, obviously the playoff is not until March. So they have, 5 months, 4 months to get that mindset right.
Because that's the thing. Personally, with the bigger teams that are falling down and falling through the cracks and not qualifying directly, it's a direct result of their own fault.
Here's the other thing. Why do they only play 8 games?
So
Brazil went 8-4. They won 8 games. They're making it through.
Well, no.
Technically,
I mean, they 8 wins, games. 4 draws, and 6 losses.
Correct. But when compared to Italy, who went 6-2, technically Brazil has more wins. It looks worse because again it's a 10 group versus a 4 group. But why does Brazil have to play 10 games in their qualifier, and they only have to play 6 games?
Because if you look at it, all the other teams that are supposed to win their groups,
they have 5 in their group.
Won their
let's
groups.
see, J, K.
Oh, I think it wasn't up.
L. So that's 12 groups.
Yeah. So it's 12 groups of essentially 5.
4 or 5. Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, instead of, I think part of the problem is they also have this Nations League now, which takes up a lot of space in the calendar.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I mean, maybe this is something that UEFA needs to look at and say, okay, the way we're doing things, it's not working. and I don't know where UEFA sits on this. Does UEFA want different teams in, or do they want to create a scenario where the best overall teams with, you would think, the best chance of winning a World Cup are the ones that are advancing?
All right, let's go back.
I'm not saying Italy is a favorite to win the World Cup.
No, not just Italy. I just looked at all the groups.
Yep.
Everybody that is supposed to go through those groups went through those groups.
Nah.
Which is, I mean, think about it.
You think Greece should have gone through?
No.
I think they should have taken
Let's say FIFA's point of view. We're talking about the organization that is doing this.
Greece
The bigger teams that went through are supposed to go through Germany's, France's, Netherlands. They're all through. They're all head of their here Denmark is a strong team. You know what I mean?
Okay, so
we are not talking about who who deserves it better, because those are the ones that are the better teams in Europe.
I think the argument for Italy would be Italy. I think most people
what was Italy's group?
Think,
move it to Italy's group.
Well, I think they would say they're a better team than any of these anyone in this group.
No, let's put it on their group. What was their group?
Where are we? Norway, Italy.
Come on.
Israel, Estonia, Moldova.
It just so happened that you couldn't beat Norway. That is literally the reality of it. It's not a matter of craziness. Not one of those supposedly 5 best leagues in the world had a difficult group, to be honest with you.
Either way, Italy comes up short. We'll talk about it probably more later, and obviously in the March window we are up against a break, so let's take a quick break and we'll be right back, guys.
Sounds good.
Essential departure techniques like the soft block, energy protection meets digital.
All right, we are back, and here we go. So, moving on, 100 miles to home now.
Sorry, but I have a lot to say on that later.
No.
We'll continue this discussion.
Listen, maybe that can be your one for the road. As
listen, if
I get A for myself.
The MLS can change, anyone can change.
There we go. More on that later. All right, 100 miles to home. USA, despite us not being able to live stream it because of my stupid voice, they did still play. And they came out early. You guys both called it. You guys called him as a goal scorer. I said, and I don't know if I remember my exact quote, but I essentially said, this could be the start of his redemption arc. We're talking, of course, about Gio Reyna. And any American player, including Christian Pulisic, I think if Gio Reyna can put it together consistently and
it looks good.
Health-wise, he has the highest ceiling of any American player, maybe ever.
And let's not hype him up too much, but yeah, no, he's good.
No,
let's keep him grounded.
I'm not saying he's the best right now. I'm saying his ceiling, with the skill set he has and how young he still is, he can and will be better than any American ever if his career gets back on track and continues to trend this way. So that was a 4th-minute goal from Gio Reyna. Quickly pegged back actually by Paraguay in the 10th minute. And then the guy I picked to score a goal, Folo Balogun, in the 71st minute.
They gave us points all around.
Yeah.
I think we all failed at the other ones essentially.
But again, this is a match against a World Cup qualified team.
Yeah.
We will see much more tomorrow again against Uruguay, another World Cup qualified team.
But did they qualify better than Italy?
They certainly did. And for those of you that remember, Uruguay, that was a very testy match against the U.S. in the Gold Cup, which essentially led to Greg Berhalter's firing.
His demise.
So, but yeah, overall thoughts. Were you guys able to catch the game? I know it was like fairly. Well, no, it was like a weird time. And I know you had birthday stuff going on.
No, I did not.
No, I was actually at a sweet.
You were. DJ
brother.
Diego was in full effect.
I actually was at that time. I ended up going to Montgomery.
No way.
Yeah, I went to the card store.
Yeah, it was eventful, my friend. We had no internet, so there was no intelligence. It was ultimate. What would you say it? Street engineering. This man, like finagle, had to get his Wi-Fi into this building.
Nice.
From, I don't know how the hell happened, but yes, we didn't have Wi-Fi, and then we had Wi-Fi. This man was a magician.
Nice.
But no. It was a great event, but I'm never doing anything outside of the
on site only.
I love my house. This is my place,
yes.
and it will always be.
It's the meme of the thing coming out of the box, like, oh, I wonder how well, and then it gets punched.
Yeah.
It's like, no, never again.
Never again.
We need the home field advantage here.
I love my friends, and I will do anything for them. But if I can help it, I will never. I keep home field advantage.
So great showing from Giorena. Lots of good play and not well wishes, but praise from the pundits for Max Arvsted.
Okay, well, no, you are gonna be then my person. So, what was the strategy? Was it 3-4? Was it 4-3?
It was three in the back.
All right.
Serginho Dest, we got forward a lot, and he creates. He's your typical wing back. But again, good stuff to see out of Joe Scally, who's an NYCFC alum, although I don't believe he actually ever played for them in the MLS. He came to their youth academy and then went straight to Borussia Mönchengladbach, where he's still playing.
Nice.
I think he could easily slot in as the right side of a back three, though. But yeah, no, it's more and this is what we talked about. Obviously, you want to win, but we don't care about the result. I want to see progression.
Where are we at?
And a team that we want to see play and we enjoy watching. And that's what we got here. Sorry, this music just keeps creeping up on the volume here.
Crescendos, baby.
And it was an incredible match to see that from the standpoint of continuing to trend upward. We've said it, specifically with the MLS, but in many of the European leagues too, is you want to get hot at the right time. And maybe that's what we're starting to see here with this U.S. squad, is trending upward.
Exactly.
And hopefully cresting in June, July.
That would be sweet. I mean, yes, because that's why I ask you, because I saw TikToks and clips on YouTube about after the match and everything, and there were many great things to say, but nobody recognizes the process. You know what I mean? Like, everybody was just praising the games, and after they attacked the coach so much, man, Pochettino needs a little bit of flowers.
Well, I think that's also a product of just the international game, and that's why it's so tough on managers. One, they're so used to having their guys every day. Mm-hmm. But and the same kind of thought process from the fan base now is you don't see the ins and outs day in, day out, because that doesn't exist. Every 6-8 weeks, you get these guys for a week and a half, and that's what we judge them on.
Yeah, that's it.
And right, wrong, or indifferent, the result is the result. And, most fans, I think we are able to look beyond that, but most fans don't care about progression and don't care about, it's a friendly and we just want to make sure we're looking good and doing the right things. Mm-hmm. They want the result.
Well, yeah. That is true. That is absolutely true. But if you say that they look good, I gotta take for now, and we shall see what it settles down into. 6 months from now,
and we'll see tomorrow against objectively, although Paraguay finished above, I'm pretty sure Paraguay finished above Uruguay in the qualifiers.
No.
Uruguay?
No, Uruguay did great this year.
Let me see.
It was Argentina, Uruguay, Brazil was like fourth.
Ecuador was second.
Ecuador was second, yeah.
Yeah, let's bring it up real quick.
Argentina, Ecuador, Colombia.
Oh no, yeah, right. Uruguay fourth, Paraguay
sixth.
So it's certainly a tougher test, one would think.
I mean, the same record though.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, three teams finished 7-7-4.
Yeah.
7-7, and that is another thing though. Like, and again, I'm sorry to harp on the whole European side of the thing, but the level of play. I mean, we're looking at the teams; they are evenly matched teams. That is the different also.
Well, I mean,
between this and Europe. You have about 20 teams that are evenly matched in the upper tier. You have a huge gap, and then you have about 25 to 30 teams on the bottom tier that sometimes don't even have a prayer to match up. So let's say in the equivalent here will be that from 7th through 10th, everybody plays like Bolivia all the time. You know what I mean? And that's not the case. Venezuela ended up being out, for just circumstantial matches where things needed to win and they did, or something like that. Bolivia, which is the worst team in that conference, ended up just out of the qualifiers this year.
Yeah, but they'll be in the playoff.
To a qualifier. So that's what the thing is. The level of play and the level between top tiers, okay, maybe not top tiers, between 3rd and 10th is fairly equal. You know what I mean? And they could compete with some of the higher teams. Could they compete with the higher teams in Italy? But in Italy, I'm harping on Europe, Italy because of the coming in Europe. But they can. So you know what I mean? That's kind of like the thing. It's just... It is a whole different world. We can.
So the U.S. is playing Uruguay in the next match.
Yep, U.S. Uruguay tomorrow.
Sorry.
I mean, Uruguay had a scoreless draw with Mexico. That's something we all didn't see.
Right.
It's funny, in our predictions, I had it as a 2-2 draw, and I'm like, we were talking about it. I'm like, Uruguay's better. I'll make it 2-1 in Uruguay's favor, and then of course it comes out a draw. Like,
exactly.
I picked the draw, although I did have 2-2, so. I got it partially.
But going back to USA, I'm so sorry about keep ranting on that, but that upsets me. European teams whine too much sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it's the whole new world, old world hate. That's just a regional thing back in South America. No. We don't like Europeans complaining about things.
All right. Well, moving away now from the international game. One of the leagues that was in action during this international break was the NWSL.
Oh,
they
I missed them.
In the height of their playoffs, and in Orlando, much like when they were in Kansas City last week, Gotham with a last-minute goal to win 1-0. It was a Jaden Shaw free kick. It was, it wasn't an incredible free kick goal, but it was an incredibly well-placed free kick. For those of you that didn't see it, I'll try to paint the picture for you and my co-hosts here. It was a free kick just off the corner of the 18, and it was one of those like kind of swerving driven balls, and the goalkeeper had to decide, do I stay for the shot? Do I do I anticipate a flick or a header? The Orlando goalkeeper did anticipate the Gotham forward getting a touch on it, stayed home, and there was no touch, and the free kick went right into the side net. It will, by many accounts, look like a mistake from the Orlando goalkeeper, but it's one of those things where you have to make a decision, and you stuck with it, and it wound up working in Gotham's favor. Orlando did have some quality attacks and corners and free kicks in the minutes after that. As
we saw it the year we covered them, this is their MO. They just know how to grind the win, and they just get that one goal. Yeah, especially late in the game. That's right. We covered Gotham for.
And the last play of the game was an incredible save from the Gotham goalkeeper Berger, who's a former Arsenal goalkeeper. And plays for the German national team, and she made an incredible acrobatic save to push the ball wide.
But it seems that the process still works, after all the new players that they got last year and throughout this year and all the struggles.
Yeah.
They're still in the playoffs, semifinals.
Still in the playoffs. They were the 8th seed in the playoffs. They beat the record-breaking team in Kansas City.
Yeah.
They won the Supporters Shield in the earliest point in the season that it had ever been done before. So they will now travel it's at PayPal Park, which I believe is in California, to play in the final against Washington Spirit this weekend. I'm working on seeing if we can get a Gotham fan to come do a live sidecast with me here for the match. But if we don't do it, or even if we do it and you want to watch alongside, I highly recommend watching the match itself. It will be, I think it's on ABC. I think it'll be on national television, which is great for the league.
And you know what? Watch it though. It's fun to watch. No expectations, just check it out. But the girls sometimes they can ball.
Yeah, no, it's. I think we do it a disservice by thinking it's going to look exactly like the men's game.
Yeah, that's kind of like what it is.
It's a different skill set. It's a different style of play.
Exactly. With the NYCFC, you know what I mean? All those mistakes, all that clusterfuck. My apologies, everybody. All that mess in the middle of the field.
He's
I got my one. I used my one.
He's one of the.
But yeah, it becomes entertaining. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like the way it works with the women.
Right.
They are a lot of fun to play, but know what you're getting or what you're watching at the end of the day.
Yeah. No, for sure. It's like I said, it's going to be a very interesting final.
Yep.
You have Trinity Rodman, maybe the world's most recognizable female soccer player at this point, amid tons of interest from Europe for her after the season's over. Her agent and the NWSL commissioner and European teams have all kind of been in conversation to see what her future is looking like. So this could be her final match in the league. That remains to be seen, obviously. And that Gotham would want more than to send her off
with a victory.
As a loser with a Gotham victory. So.
Oh wait, never mind.
Yeah, Trinity plays for Washington. Yeah. So we do have some time before the next commercial break, but the next topic is going to probably eat up a lot of our time. So I think let's take a quick 30-second break and not have any mid-roll ads here, as we are about to talk about the MLS adopting the European calendar starting the 2027 season. So if you bear with us for about 30 seconds here, Naz has many things to say about it. So we will be right back, and we'll hear everything that Naz has to say about the MLS. Be right back, guys. All right, welcome back to A Soccer Fan Walks Into a Bar. I've got Diego and Naz beside me. I'm Dave. And here we are, back to 100 miles to home, and huge MLS news that broke over the weekend during the international break. Funnily enough, we've been talking smack about the way the MLS runs their playoff and how it gets interrupted by these international breaks. And wouldn't you know it, the MLS, the teams, the Board of Governors came to a vote on Thursday and decided to adopt the European calendar starting in the 2027 year. So this is something that's been talked about on and off for probably a decade or two.
Yeah.
From, fans of the MLS, from critics of the MLS, from players in the MLS. And here we are. Naz, we'll start with you. Overall thoughts on this change. What does it mean for you as a, I don't want to say a critic of the league, but an objective viewer. As a soccer fan that struggles to enjoy the league?
I think it's about time. It excites me as a soccer fan because now, during my favorite leagues, I can also follow the MLS at the same time.
Yeah.
While I can watch English soccer in the morning, I can watch Spanish soccer in the afternoon, and then I can watch MLS in the evening. I get a full days of soccer during the same time, the same period of the year. It's going to be a little bit more enjoyable. Again, it's also going to depend on how they structure it, right? We discussed last stream whether or not they're going to go away with the Tuesdays and the Wednesdays.
Yep.
Obviously one or two is going to be randomly thrown in here. Yeah. We can't escape that.
I mean, and to be fair, most of the European leagues also have that kind of thrown in here and there.
Yeah, they have to. I mean, also you also have the European leagues doing the other 2 or 3 cups that cause those to happen. Yep. So I think it'll be enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that we kind of spoke it into existence.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that like
don't kid yourselves. They're doing this for us and only for us. Yes. We made this happen.
Yeah. So I think it'll be exciting to happen. I think if this goes well, I'm wondering what else can they adopt. I'm wondering at this point, if this works really well for the MLS, are they going to look to adopt other things within their season?
Talking about promotion relegation?
I'm talking about promotion relegation. I'm talking about playoff structure.
Yeah, I could see a scenario in which promotion relegation happens. Mm-hmm. I cannot see a scenario in which the playoffs do not happen.
Yeah, no, I think that's part of American culture.
I'm not saying how the playoffs happen because again, it's a U.S. sport. I've accepted that the MLS has promotion. That has playoffs. I'm just not a big fan of the playoff structure.
The structure.
No, I don't like the 3-game into 1-game knockout. Yep.
No,
either do one or the other.
Yeah.
Do one or the other.
All the way.
Yeah, do all the way. I mean, obviously, it's going to make the season super longer if you do the other, right? Yeah. Where if you make everything a 3-game or a 2-game, I understand that. But I would like to at least see some sort of structure where it gets to the final and then maybe the final's the final knockout.
Single knockout.
Correct.
And that actually makes total sense to me personally because at that point, the MLS season is not as long as the other American seasons other than football. American seasons are forever long. So extra games is not really going to affect too much anything.
Correct.
And compared to the rest of the world seasons, it fits perfectly.
Yeah.
Because the ones that have short seasons with lower teams like Colombia and Mexico, they have 2 anyways throughout the year. So it doesn't really change anything. So I am actually down with that. My best interest or the thing that I want to watch the most is try to compete with the NFL on Sundays. Like make Sunday a dual sport game. Sundays for soccer and football.
Yeah.
It's a hard pill to swallow and it's a hard sell for businesses.
I mean, here's the issue with that. The NFL is like, okay, they're big on Sundays, but lately they've been tying into they've got Thursday now.
They're going everywhere.
They've always had Monday. They got Thursday.
So that's what
now
I'm
they're bleeding into Saturdays as we get closer to playoff time.
Exactly. So
eventually it's going to be a whole week thing.
So that's what I'm thinking. You take over that Sunday day because I mean the marquee matches are being spread out the week. And Sunday is sacred, man, for soccer. For us soccer fans, and this, soccer is like.
But let's be honest. I don't care how successful the MLS gets.
Yep.
They're
not competing with the NFL in terms of.
You don't want to compete.
Television
you just want to have the day.
They can do morning games.
Exactly. You don't want to compete. You don't want to take businesses because at the end of the day, whoever likes football, other than the kickers of the teams, do not like or care for soccer. You don't want to compete. You just want to establish us. all the Hispanic communities, all the Asian communities, all these other worldwide communities for who Sunday it's the day to go watch soccer. We don't mind it, and it's not going to take businesses away from the NFL.
I mean, nine times out of 10, you're not really getting a football fan that's watching soccer.
Yeah, you're not really
you're getting a soccer fan that watches football.
Exactly. So that's that's the thing, and it will be a great moment, like Aaron was saying, because you're getting all these other spreading games across. So like the soccer fans that watch soccer will watch soccer.
If Fox has Sunday Night Football, then ABC can take Sunday Night Soccer, and you'll get a split between the U.S. population of watching football, watching soccer.
Well,
you're really not going to pull from
hold on that, because as far as I know, it is still with Apple.
Yep.
But maybe even more importantly for growing the game, maybe more importantly, I'm saying than going to the European calendar, is the change in the contract with Apple TV.
Oh yeah.
It is the MLS season pass will no longer be a supplemental package to Apple TV.
You mean I finally have a reason to buy Apple TV,
So if you
which lets me
have-
watch the movies I've yet to be able to watch?
If you
Because
have
it's on
Apple TV, as I understand it, if you have Apple TV,
oh man,
you will now just be able to watch all of the MLS.
yeah.
And Ted Lasso, and countless other shows. They do actually have some good programming in there.
Yes.
But to me, that is if you want to grow the game, that is the bigger
accessibility, of course.
Nut to crack, as opposed to, a soccer fan. For the most part, it doesn't care what time of year the games are on. If they're on, they're going to watch. If you can't watch the game because it's going to cost you another, $200, that's the problem.
Yeah, of course.
So by putting it on the introductory level of Apple TV now, I do think that could be pivotal in growing the game for the American soccer fan, for the American soccer base, for U.S. soccer, for the MLS.
Well, let me ask you a question. If you have an iPhone, do you get Apple TV like that?
No, well, it doesn't come with it.
Are you kidding me? Apple would make you have a subscription in order to subscribe to Apple TV. Are you kidding me?
I will. You are able. I believe you are. Well, and this was an issue with when the Apple deal started. Is people were that they weren't going to be able to watch games on their Android phones.
Yeah.
No.
But
Because I couldn't. No, remember you and I talked about it because I was trying to.
Yeah, you have look now.
I have an Android, and I couldn't get Apple downloaded.
Yeah, you have an Android. Yeah, so I'm fairly certain you can get Apple TV on your Android-based phone.
You got it. Oh yeah, Aaron's got it. Because as of 6 months ago.
Okay, yeah.
Free trial.
I thought so. Yeah.
Okay. So it has changed because I couldn't download it. I couldn't even download Apple TV on an Android. Yeah, that was the truth originally.
Yeah.
So those are the hurdles, and those are not going to go away at all. But yes, it's a huge first step to make it on the basic level for whoever does get the application and can download it now. Being able to download it on all platforms, that is a huge moment. But also breaking through national regular channels, like Aaron was saying.
Yeah,
and that's what is it? There is a contract with Apple, I imagine.
Yeah,
so
there's a contract with Apple. They do have some games. I think they were doing one game a week on Fox.
Yeah. So
that might continue.
And then we do a Sunday game for that, and started with that, the marquee game Sunday. In the morning, in the morning you can't really compete, but it could be a Sunday 7:00 game. That would actually
honestly, you know what I wouldn't even mind too much, and this is the beauty of soccer compared to the NFL, is exactly when the match is going to end within reason. Obviously, if an injury or something crazy in stoppage time,
it's a 2-hour game for the most part.
Why not do their own version of Monday Night Football at
it's literally Monday Night Football
5:30, 6:00 maybe, and then it'll bleed right into the NFL game.
Yeah.
Right, because when NFL Monday Night Football is what, 8? There you go.
It will work, man.
Mr. Garber, you heard it here.
No, Sunday night football.
Well, no,
Mr. Garber. It's
listen.
the 4:00 game.
Sunday evening football.
You.
Oh no,
Into
actually,
Sunday
no.
Get as many
Sunday
games.
evening football into
Sunday night football.
football.
You
Sunday
wanna
night
get-
football because it works because the last game gets done at about 6:30 to 7
Yeah.
o'clock.
Yeah.
For Sunday night football is not until 9.
Exactly.
I
So you have
think-
your pregame show. It's
Yeah.
at 8:15.
Get into as many creative time slots as you can.
Please,
If that
yes.
includes a Friday afternoon, Friday
Yeah.
evening game, do it. Monday evening before Monday
got
Night
it.
Football,
A
do it.
lot of these soccer teams have their own stadiums. You can even do technically an NYCFC, or you could do a New York Red Bull game at the same time
Yep.
as the Giants game.
Yep.
You kind of do it now, yeah.
You are still dealing with, you have Atlanta, you have Seattle, you have New England. So you do have teams that
but
are
those could
sharing
be, again,
NFL
scheduled
stadiums.
around, yeah.
You marquee those, exactly. Those, I mean, at the point.
Yeah.
Could you imagine at that point you have a Knicks basketball game, a New York Giants game, and a Red Bull game on the same
On
day?
the same day, bro.
NYCFC
That would
fans
be
would tell
insane
you
for New York.
only one of those games are actually in New York.
But
they're in their own
TV wise,
stadium.
Yes.
TV wise,
I know.
TV wise,
Listen,
it's a New
I
Year's Day of
look
sports.
forward to 2027 in the fall when you have within, a 3-block radius, you have a Mets game, NYCFC, and the U.S. Open.
In October.
Oh shit, yeah. Oh wow.
So yeah, there's a lot of good that can come from this. Rather, obviously, there is still a ton to be figured out.
New York Mecca of sports.
For the record, this will
Yes,
not
sir.
start until this will be the 27-28 year. So plenty of time on that.
I got some time to warm up
Yes,
to the MLS.
yes. and we are working on getting some MLS front office and back of house people,
That's a good idea.
to talk, from their experience about how this is going to operate. Even for them, a lot of this we're in uncharted water. So, it will be fun to see. I'm really looking forward to see, and maybe this brings in a better quality of player too from Europe now that the calendar is aligned. So, yes, Nas is waxing poetic. We are right up.
Business are gonna play better nowadays.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, all right, guys, we're right up against it. We'll be right back with what's on tap and one for the road.
Cheers.
All right, we are back to A Soccer Fan Walks Into a Bar. Diego has gone and been forgotten already.
He has vanished.
No. He had something real quick to take care of, so it is now Nas and I to cover what's on tap.
As always.
Our look at the week coming up of soccer, and we still have some international games to speak of. And then we are right back into it this weekend with tons of action across both sides of the Atlantic Ocean. We'll start with Tuesday, 7 p.m.
Yep.
That is USA's second match of this international break against Uruguay. We will be here. I will be here with the watch along. I'm hoping that
I'll talk to.
I
Maybe
believe
get
we'll
over here
have
sometime.
some others in attendance. But if not, you're stuck with me and Nas will be in chat. That is it for the midweek. As after that, players will be traveling back all over the world
Yes.
to be back with their clubs. By the way, did you see Gabriel came out injured for Brazil?
I can't anymore with these. I can't anymore with these international games.
I meant to text you about that.
Groin pull. He could be fine by the weekend. We don't know.
Well,
It could be antics from him, like he always does. Because again, he wasn't supposed to play in the last game, and he was on the. He wasn't supposed to play against Sunderland.
Yeah. So I'm just looking real quick. Gabriel out with a thigh injury from the 2-0 win over Senegal on the 15th, which was Saturday. So that could spell trouble for them this weekend. Arsenal, that is. Saturday morning, 2 kickoffs at 10 a.m. that we will actually have both right here live in the tap room upstairs. AFC Bournemouth hosting London's West Ham United, and Brighton and Hove Albion also hosting, this time against Brentford.
Both of those teams will be looking to turn around from their previous.
Yeah. Oh. See what happens when you leave us? Yeah, you get the.
I was already forgotten.
I was.
Left
That's
forgotten.
Exactly what we said. I was worried that you were gonna keep cursing, so I had to. Red Black, what's going on? Red Black, you are catching the tail end of our Monday episode here of A Soccer Fan Walks Into a Bar, but as always, great to see you. We are just covering what's on tap. I'll reintroduce it to Diego as well, since he's now back. So Saturday morning, we have Bournemouth, West Ham, and Brighton against Brentford. Then Saturday evening, 2 matches here in the U.S. that are going to be of great interest, at least to me. Washington Spirit and Gotham FC in the NWSL final. That one will be at PayPal Park. It's an 8 p.m. Eastern time kickoff. And then right after that, Vancouver hosting LAFC in the one of the Western Conference semifinals. Vancouver, obviously, perfect timing for Red Black. Vancouver, the new home of German international star Thomas Muller, and LAFC, obviously the home of Son Heung-min and Denny Bwanga, maybe the best 1-2 punch we've seen in recent years.
Absolutely.
In the MLS.
What are we thinking about that game?
It's in Vancouver. As well as Vancouver have been playing, I find it very difficult to bet against that 1-2 punch of Bwanga and
they
Son.
are just playing so ridiculously well. I mean, every other highlight that they show online is just quick play.
Yeah, and they're having so much fun doing it too.
Yeah, they just feels like they know where they're gonna be. I don't know. Has anybody ever watched Captain Tsubasa?
I have not. Is that anime?
It's a soccer show. No. It's a soccer anime, actually. One of my childhood favorite shows. But there was a duo there called the Kazuto twins. That's how these kids play. They just know exactly where they're gonna be at all times, and it's just really amazing to watch them play.
Red Black
yes. Red Black. Congrats to Germany. Their 6-0 thrashing today.
It was incredible.
Of Slovakia. Walter Matti, by the way, whether it's for Newcastle or the German national team, has really taken the world by storm here.
Oh, yeah.
I can't see him staying at Newcastle very long. I don't know if it's going to be...
I mean, in the direction Newcastle's going, I don't think it
yeah,
will.
My only question, is it going to be another Alexander Isak saga, or will it be a traditional transfer out?
The problem with Isak was the drama on it. They should let him go. If they do let him go, hopefully it's not going to be as traumatic for the player. The team will survive. The moves that the team does.
I'm just looking. Walter Matti is 23 years old. He's already got 4 goals in 8 caps for Germany. So, yeah. I mean, he also
plus 4 goals
and 4 in 8 for Newcastle. Look at that.
Plus, you know what? To be honest, German players are a different type of players. They are more resilient than anybody else. They just go anywhere and they just do what they do.
Yeah. How's Kai Havertz working for you?
I don't know. We'll find out when he's back.
Well, yeah.
He was our leading goal scorer last year?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
When he plays, he does his job.
I mean, Kai Havertz.
He's doing better for Arsenal than he did for Chelsea.
Timo Werner. Michael Ballack had a somewhat successful spell at Chelsea,
Ballack
but was
great.
not at Chelsea. He wasn't.
Ozil?
Mesut Ozil, I mean, it's funny. He was an incredible player, but never really got the credit I feel he deserved at Arsenal.
He was just another player that went out on a what do they call it? A controversy.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, like I said, it's just, players that do their jobs.
Red Black says, don't forget the German Messi, Marco Marin. And what about, I'm just trying to think. I mean, obviously,
Jens Lehmann.
I was going to say, from the goalkeeper standpoint, you have Jens Lehmann. You had, I'm just trying to think of other.
Schmeichel? No,
Schmeichel's Danish. Didi Hamann, he's German, wasn't he?
Listen,
he played for Liverpool.
We talk about all these field players.
Yeah, Didi Hamann.
You forgot about the general man, Oliver Kahn. That is
we're talking guys that played in the Premier League, though.
No, we're talking about German players. Not necessarily. I am talking about the way a German player plays.
Podolski.
Whether it works in the Premier League or not, that is the Premier League team's fault, not the German players'
I want your German perspective, because my joke all along, Nas said Lucas Podolski.
Yeah.
I swear by this. and it's funny because now the U.S. national team has done much of the same. But back in the day, I would joke around with a lot of my German teammates that when I played in college that, the best two German forwards are from Poland. And it was Miroslav Klose and Lucas Podolski. And, it was always funny to me that a traditional powerhouse like Germany, obviously they're German by any state, but they were born, I believe, and grew up in Poland, and both came to the German national team and played across the same era.
Yeah.
So funny story about Podolski, not technically referencing the actual player. So when I was in the military, I used to be able to have people stay with me whenever they had to come up if they had trouble getting, hotel rooms and stuff like that. Accommodations because of being National Guard, you have to stay up for the weekend. And I had one friend that he would stay with me, and we would play FIFA, even though he had knew nothing about soccer. He loved the game. And obviously, me playing Arsenal, Podolski being the forward at the time, would always score on him. So he would absolutely hate hearing the name Podolski. He didn't know who he was, didn't know who he played for.
Hated the character.
He'd be like, he would just be like, that's freaking Podolski. So it was, oh man. So from now on, anytime somebody says Lucas Podolski, all I can just hear is
But yeah, no, to me, German players are exceptional role players to begin with. Bottom, they are going to succeed as the midfielder or the defender that does their job and excels at it without having to be a superstar. Yeah. The problem with English teams is that when you get a player of the caliber of a German national team starter, they want him to make it a start, and they want to force these issues of individuality, which is not the fit for a newly come German player. They are part of a team. They are part of an assembly. They work better as a combination of players, not just me taking it over. Of course, superstars are superstars, and that's what they do.
Yep.
Every other player.
I mean, we credit Spain with total football, but I think Germany was
that is actually my belief.
Eased their way into that.
Yep. All right, and we are in an ad break right now, so we will be right back. 30 seconds, real quick, and we'll finish off on our German talk here, as well as continue with our What's on Tap, guys. All right, we are back, and Red Black quasi agrees with me, or at least with my claim of the best German forwards in that World Cup era being Polish. But beyond that, back to What's on Tap, we have an absolute banger of a Sunday. And it starts at 11:30 in the morning for us here in the tap room, the North London Derby. First place Arsenal and fifth place Tottenham Hotspur.
Yes. Playing in Tottenham.
Oh, it's at Hotspur Stadium?
Yes, God's toilet bowl. I should say Ange's toilet bowl, but
Yeah. By the way, speaking of Ange, no, Arsenal is.
no, is it? I thought it was away. I just sworn it was an away game. Because we were away to
Emirates
them
Stadium.
Oh, all right.
It's at the Emirates, so
Weird.
no excuses there, Nas.
No, all right.
Better luck in on this one. No,
Yeah.
they're playing well, man. Their Arsenal is right now fully focused and conscious of the job at hand, and they're just on one mind track, just winning, just getting the results.
Yeah, they're gonna have to be.
Again, they took a draw. People are seeing the draw as a loss.
Yeah.
No.
In the last 5 games, we're 4-1.
No, it should be all right. Plus, we're coming back from the break. This is where teams, cement themselves or reconfigure. Like I think, I know it's not the game at hand, but Bournemouth is going to do. This is what they come back into their quick little January form, and they go on a run. So I hope that happens again.
Fingers crossed.
Amen to that. But no, coming back to Arsenal. Arsenal is on the job right now. They are not. I really have no worries on that right now.
The rumor is that we will have 4 people back for this game.
Okay, that include obviously
Havertz, Jesus,
That's before
Odegaard.
the Gabriel injury.
Of course, yeah. Which again, he could be faking because again,
Yeah, I just wanna see
we've heard
if
of his
he's-
groin injury. There's been no confirmation on what it is and how long he's out for.
Yeah.
I think it's just antics because again, Saliba was supposed to be out for the Saliba was supposed to be out for the Sunderland game.
Yeah.
Guess who was playing?
Yeah.
Again.
Hey, every inch, every advantage you can get against Tottenham.
Yep.
So
Nope.
you gotta use.
It appears that neither Arteta nor Carlo Ancelotti, who is the Brazil manager,
Yeah.
are sure of when, the severity of his injury and when he'll be back. So hopefully for Arsenal's sake and Brazil's sake, it'll be a speedy recovery.
Yep.
All right. Now, after that, back to America here. We have a doubleheader of Eastern Conference MLS playoff matches. FC Cincinnati hosting Inter Miami and Barcelona West. Oh, excuse me. I have a cough drop in my mouth, so if you hear...
Barcelona West is
Right?
good, though.
I mean-
but it is true, though. It is true. Messi made sure he brought his piece down.
No,
I know.
no Suarez, so technically it really isn't Barcelona West.
No,
Suarez
Suarez is back
got
now.
himself out, but
I believe he'll be back now.
is
from
he playing
his,
again? The 3 suspension is done.
I
no?
believe he's back and ready to go now.
Wait, what? Didn't he just kick someone in the last game? He got a red
Then
card.
he got a 3-game suspension.
From
No,
the
no, no,
trial. No. Yeah, he just got a red card in the last game for trying to kick someone.
No. Wow.
Yeah.
I think I heard about that, but I thought
at
that
it.
was the
Look, yeah.
3 games. No, but I thought that was the suspension.
I thought...
For what 3 games? He didn't play in any games. It was the last.
No. I think that was...
No, Suarez.
Let's confirm that.
let's see.
Yeah. For kicking an opponent. And a 3-game ban from
Yeah,
MLS.
but I think that was... So I think that he served the suspension in the 3rd game
he
against
just got done
Nashville.
served.
I think. Let me just double check here. Suarez will serve his 1-match suspension on the 8th against Nashville. So he
already-
served that suspension.
He's back.
So
Okay.
he's
Yeah,
back. Yeah. And then
'Cause I
after
did
that,
see that one. I was like, you buy people, and then they suspend you because you just kick somebody. And to be honest with you, that was one of the least violent things he has done in so long. So it's one of those like last drop that
it's a low bar though.
overflows the glass. Yeah, it was a low ball, but it did. He has done much worse, man, and they haven't done anything about it.
All right, and
I got my one already.
You had 2 in there. After that, 7:45 p.m. in Philadelphia, come NYCFC.
Have you heard from Perry yet?
I have not. I am growing increasingly pessimistic as the days go on.
It's okay.
Obviously, NYCFC will be out without midfield duo Andres Pereira and Aiden O'Neill. Pereira due to that horror injury that he suffered in their last match. O'Neill did accumulate 3 yellow cards, so he will be missing the match. And then over the weekend, a leading goal scorer and Costa Rican international appears to have torn his ACL. in his match against, was it Haiti?
And it didn't even show. Like
Yeah.
it was like the 95th minute.
It was no. He recorded a shot in the 93rd minute.
Yeah.
The news has been
Yeah.
increasingly cryptic on what actually happened. But suffice to say, they will be without him as well for this game in Philadelphia. So it'll be all hands on deck for the Pigeons, and it's going to be a tough one to see, you know, how this shakes out for them. But I'm not looking. It's not looking good for the squad. One for the road. What do we got, guys? Do you have anything?
I have a question for you.
You have a question for me?
Yes.
Okay.
You spoke of Ted Lasso.
I spoke of Ted Lasso, yes.
All right. So that leaves me to ask, what is your favorite all-time soccer movie or show?
Ooh.
All time.
All right. You know what? We are. Can I don't want to miss this due to the break.
No, let's think about it, right? So, all right, let me start myself.
Oh, wait,
and
I
then we
can
go after
snooze.
the
Here we
break.
go. I can snooze the ad. All right, we have
There
7
we
minutes
go.
left.
Snooze.
So, Naz, please, for me and the audience, repeat your question.
You spoke of Ted Lasso.
Yes.
And that leaves me to ask you guys, what was your favorite or is your favorite all-time soccer movie or TV show?
Okay. So, there's a few criteria that I have with this.
Okay.
I am first and foremost going to throw out, as I do with any sports movie, is the quality of on-field or on-court acting. Because if you hold yourself to that standard, any of these are garbage. Can we objectively agree on that?
Listen. I'm not saying that it has to be specifically sports related. It could be a comedy for all I care.
Well,
Yeah.
my two honestly are they're neck and neck are comedies without a doubt.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Kicking and Screaming.
Okay.
I thought was an incredible movie.
Yep.
And to take us into the Wayback Machine, Ladybugs
Oh, okay.
with Rodney
You
Dangerfield.
have me a second. Okay.
Ladybugs was a stellar movie.
Listen, I gotta go with The Big Green.
The Big Green with I can't think of his name, the guy from Sandlot. Oh geez.
Classic. And as terrible as it was, Shaolin Soccer.
Never saw it.
Shaolin Soccer. Absolutely hilarious.
All right, what do you got, Diego? Favorite all-time
He
Shaolin
just
Soccer?
said it. Shaolin Soccer
Shaolin
is
Soccer.
one of my top. But my personal favorite, it's a Hispanic movie. We do a lot of soccer movies. I mean,
Of course.
So there is millions. But there is a comedy. It's called El Último Juego, the last game.
Last game.
And it's about this guy who bets everything he has on the World Cup final. And the movie itself, foreshadowing, yeah, foreshadowing a little bit. But the movie is him trying to get to the World Cup finals to actually watch the match, the final match, you know. And it's an adventure, comedy, romance. It is a whole mixture.
Got a little bit of everything.
Things,
A little bit of everything.
but it's soccer centric because everything he does, everything he goes, everybody he meets, it's all based on the match.
I'm just
he's
proud
going
of
to
us.
the match and he's watching at a bar, and then the people at the bar. It's like Euro trip,
Yeah.
but towards the World Cup.
I'm just proud of
basically.
us for
So
not
same thing. It's
picking
amazing.
Goal or Bend It Like Beckham
Bend It Like
or
Beckham.
Green Street Hooligans.
Nah,
Listen,
So
which are all
kudos to the
good-
three of us.
Which are all good movies in their right.
Yeah.
But this was what topped our list.
Exactly.
Like,
It's
don't get me wrong. I
personal.
can watch Bend It Like Beckham
All day.
time.
All day.
But when the Big Green comes on, I turn everything
I've
off.
actually
Can I
never
watch-
seen the Big
yeah,
Green.
can I watch-
Oh, we need
Yeah.
to watch that.
There is a beautiful Pele autobiography movie that somebody made a few years back. It's beautiful. There are great soccer movies, but like you said, it's a personal thing. And most movies that involve soccer involve some kind of comedy or some
All
kind
right, so
of like side dish.
my one for the road. This is incredible story. If you haven't seen it, please go look. This was in African qualifying. The Nigeria head coach post-match named, and I'm probably mispronouncing this, but Eric Shelley has accused the Democratic Republic of Congo for doing voodoo
Voodoo.
during their penalty shootout and causing Nigeria to lose and be eliminated from qualification for the 2026 World Cup.
Listen, beliefs are beliefs, man. I'm not going to put it past them.
I absolutely love it, but the fact that you, in a post-match presser, are blaming the opposing team's voodoo for your loss is just incredible theater for this.
So what
now that is a soccer movie in the making, right there.
Exactly. Yeah. The voodoo doll.
Yes. It's like Space Jam, where you're capturing the Monstar. What do they call they take the spirit, but they call it something.
So you want me to go tin-hatted on this? I'll go tin-hatted on this. All right. So the thing is, voodoo messes with people's minds. All right, and if you are, what was it, Ghana, or what was the team that was complaining about
Nigeria?
Nigeria. If a Nigerian player sees a voodoo witch behind the goal doing some crazy nonsense, personally, for the Nigerian player, it's gonna affect them, though. Again, this is just nonsense. It's just me feeding the fire on this and having maybe a hot take or something. But it might affect them psychologically, though.
It's all possible.
It is psychological advances.
But you know what? These are, we talk about it at any level. These are the supposed to be the top athletes in the world. You have to have the mental strength. Yeah. Whether it's voodoo, whether it's I'm thinking of the guy in Temple of Doom with the
oh my God, the Kali guy.
Yeah, Kali priest. You have to have the mental strength to get through that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Now let's go. This guy pulled somebody's heart out of their chest. If I see that happening on the stands, I'm literally not even kicking the field goal. I'm running the other way.
I have always essentially been told that as people can be super religious and super fanatical about certain things. Yeah. The one thing you don't mess with is voodoo.
Is voodoo, bro. I'm saying.
So listen, if he's saying that's going on, so be it. That's what he says. I'm not going to touch it.
To go back to sports movies,
yeah,
Major League is one of my favorite all-time sports movies.
Yeah.
And Pedro Serrano with his voodoo is.
He's doing the chant before every game.
On that note, guys, that is going to close out our Monday night episode of A Soccer Fan Walks Into a Bar.
Thank you very much
Red Black, thank you for joining us. Nas and Diego, thank you for joining me. Once again, I'm Dave. Please give us a follow here. If you would like, you can subscribe to us. If you have Twitch Prime, or if you have Amazon Prime rather, you can for free subscribe to us via your Twitch Prime sub. Make sure you throw us a follow on Instagram. Join us on Discord. If you have any suggestions for the show or a specific topic or a game that you want us to talk about.
Or if you clip the voodoo talk.
Yes.
We want that clip.
Discord is the place to make those suggestions. Thank you guys again. I will be back here on Twitch tomorrow evening for USA Uruguay, hopefully with some friends of mine. Yeah. But if not, we'll be here for the match.
Promise you will be better health-wise, though. We're all dying right now.
Yeah, so. It's that time of year.
Wish us luck, too. Yeah, this is that time.
Thanks again, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.